Right, tell us about those Pies.
The Pies are sensational. Didn't have their best game on Friday night because they wasted opportunities, but I spoke during the week of the output of senior players. And they're not having to do anything amazing. They're playing good football, but side bottom is playing great footy. Scotty Pendlebury, Taylor Adams, Tom Mitchell has come in and playing a brilliant role. Darcy Moore in defence. They all just want to do what Craig McRae is asking for. The roles that they're all executing gets them a win week in and week out. So that flattered Richmond, that scoreline. Collingwood were a far superior team.
And Laura, they've found a way to cover Jeremy Howe's absence with the broken arm that he suffered in round one through Billy Frampton coming in. But he may be now required elsewhere with what's happened with Darcy Cameron, who could miss up to 8 weeks with what appeared to be quite an innocuous moment during the game. It's a knee injury, it's a medial cruciate ligament, which is going to be, from what the club is now saying, 6 to 8 weeks, and how that looks for them. Mason Cox, who would normally then be required to step up, he is suffering a rib injury at the moment. He could still be absent for another 2 to 3 weeks. Aiden Begg, who's on their list, has got a back problem. There's a guy by the name of Oscar Steen, who was a supplementary list added player only recently, TJ, but spent most of last year in the Sandford reserves. He might be given the role, but how they look and how Frampton plays and McStay plays within that mix, it's going to be a challenge yet again for Craig McRae, but one that he will embrace, Kane.
Yeah, absolutely. It's an issue for them with no Grundy there, but all the names you mentioned are realistic options. Even Ash Johnson went in the ruck and did a pretty good job. He's got a good vertical leap. So that's the thing about footy seasons. They're so long and you can be flying and one injury can derail things. I'm not suggesting that will happen with Collingwood, but it's a coaching challenge that he'll have to put his head together this week.
A coaching challenge for Damien Hardwick as well, with one player in particular.
Yeah, we've been big on this. Even prior to the start of the season, we mentioned this, and Nathan spoke about it last week, and I've certainly spoken about it on Footy Classified. Tim Taranto is the worst kick in the AFL. And that is a fact of players with 50-plus disposals in 2023. Only one is worse for disposal efficiency, but his kicking efficiency is the worst. So he's got to be more creative. He's winning a lot of clearances and he's doing all the grunt stuff that you expect, but he's very much grab it, hack it forward, and he seems to have lost all confidence with his kick. So,
but isn't 7 years... They knew what they were bringing in, surely.
Oh, I don't know, Damo. It's like the NBA when they're going to recruit a player. They get them into the club for a shoot-around and they put them through all skills tests. It feels like Richmond haven't done that. You can tell his kick is awkward. 0-4 his kick for the year. Across his career, he's been accurate in front of goal. He's got to get more, or perhaps he doesn't kick it. Maybe he's just a handballer more so than a kicker because it's hurting them.
The best game I ever saw him play, there was no Toby Green at the Giants.
Played forward
against the Tigers when they were flying, and he kicked 4 at Marvel Stadium and won the game for them. So that's a role potentially. Get more of Bolton and Martin in the midfield, potentially more of him forward, and see if he can hit the scoreboard.